world that is constantly vying for your attention and throwing different stimulus at you, it is so easy to wake up and make no progress because you're just reacting to what's happening around you. When you wake up with intention and you carve out time to make progress towards your goals, you get there. Join us every morning. We wake up with intention. We take steps to make sure that we reach our goals every day. It's as simple as pressing play. Let's go. Good morning and welcome to day 82 of the 5 AM Squat Club. I'm Adam and I've been coaching health and fitness for 25 years. And this routine is what I am taking to the next level. Making sure that my mindset is improving, my body is improving, and stick around for homework, making sure that I get towards my goals. So we built this program to make sure that format is the same as every day. It's coming up on the screen here. We're gonna prime our minds and our hips by sitting down in what we call a paleo chair, hanging out there, priming the mind. We're gonna get up, warm up the body so that we can hit some intensity, change our chemistry for the day so that our mindset is ready. Then we're gonna focus a little bit so that you can take an hour and do your homework, make progress towards your goals. Step one, grab a counterbalance if you need it, put the feet underneath the hips, and then just sit down to a passive squat. Use the counterbalance in front of you. If you feel like you're gonna fall backwards, hold on to that. And this is where we try to choose the first words, the first things that we say to ourselves during the day. That dog is escaping, isn't she? So the first thing I wanna hear is, I am responsible. This life is up to me. What happens is as a result of my decisions. Hey, I'm responsible. Today I choose to be patient. See, she's gonna test that. But I will try to create time between stimulus and response so that I don't react in a way that I am not happy with. I have all I need to succeed today. The resources are there, right? This is one of those things where we make excuses. You know, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough resources. My job doesn't pay me enough. The government has this rule that stops me. You have all you need to take a step. You can make progress. You can start with the resources that you have. We have enough to do that. Next is, I will focus on progress, not perfection. And that's just a carry on of that last one. That when you do start something, don't aim for perfect. Don't aim for the end goal. Aim for 1% better. Aim for a step, because staircase is how you climb a mountain, not a vertical slope. So take steps, progress over perfection. Last is, I choose gratitude. And that one's pretty simple. I'm just trying to recognize all of the positive things. For example, I could look at this as a frustrating animal who is causing me challenges during this video. Or I could think about how much I love her and how cute she is and how she's a good dog when she's not doing this. So I am responsible. Today I choose to be patient. I have all I need to succeed today. I will focus on progress, not perfection. And then I choose gratitude. Just think, that's intentional. I'm starting my day with a purpose, with a thought. It doesn't need to be those same mental reps that I do. But waking up without a purpose, life is gonna find one for you. It's gonna find a mission statement to give you, and you are going to adapt to it if you don't choose your own and actively work towards it. So that's what we're doing here. We are choosing how we start our morning. I choose to wake up early, choose to not press snooze, and then I choose to come down here and do this so that I make progress. Warm up coming up on the screen here. I'm gonna do some hip flexor warm up in the form of knee raises. I'll go 5 to 10 each side. And then some good mornings. Just feeling a little bit stiff today. Just hinging at the hip. Then I'm gonna get in some lunges. Did some of those yesterday, so the legs are feeling a little residual there. And then I'll get some burpees in. Celebrate the top. And then some squats. So go ahead and follow along. If you have a different warm up that you like to do, feel free to hop on that. Just make sure that we're getting nice and getting the heart rate elevated, increasing the body temperature, and lubricating the joints. This dog, as you can see, is in this pen, but she has very much so figured out how to jump over it. So when I came down this morning, she was in the kitchen. So I don't know if that pen is going to be effective anymore. Also, this is going to be the first time that she'll be out while I'm working out, so excuse me if I need to go stop her from chewing something. Or, hopefully she doesn't get in the way of the kettlebell swing. So we talk a little bit more of this intentionality, if you'd like. And I'm just gonna harp on, like, you need to start your day with a plan. So, I mean, I live in the same world as everybody else here, and there are temptations, right? So I used to wait until, this is pretty recently, in the last, call it 4 months, I used to wait until the girls would wake up. We would all sleep in the same room. We do a co-sleeping situation where we've got it's like a Japanese style 2-inch mattress on our floor in the kids' bedroom. And everybody sleeps in there. I mean, everybody was until I started this project. Now I sleep in a separate room because I don't want to wake them up when I get up. But we all sleep together. And what I was doing was just waiting until they got up. I would even lay there after they woke up and try not to let them know that I was awake, just to try to get an extra 5 minutes of sleep. And I think a lot of us are in that same boat where we're so, I don't know, call it beat up by life. We're tired. We're just, I don't want to say depressed, but we're not excited. We're not jacked up about attacking our day. So the thought of, or the prospect of just staying in bed seems pretty nice. And I've been there a lot. There's a good deal of anxiety, depression in my history. And if you've been there, you know that just laying in bed and staying there is like the greatest option. That's what you want to do. You don't want to get up and face the world. That being said, that's a little off topic. It's along that same lines, it's easy to get into a rut, right? You can get into this rut where you just don't want to get up, but it's also easy to get into the rut where when you get up, right, as I'm saying, the girls would wake up whatever time, and then I would try to struggle a little bit to stay sleeping, and then eventually you'd get up. But once you got up, the time is not yours. Right? I'm sure you can relate to this, but you get up and the kids need something, and the dog needs something, and your wife needs something, and you've got projects to do that are ongoing, and you've got to make breakfast, and you've got to, whatever it is. I'm sure you've noticed that life doesn't carve out breaks, right? Life will, and if it's not those things, I mean, those are the things that, you'd be you'd be okay to tell somebody, hey, why didn't you get anything done? Well, my life's busy, my kids, blah, blah, blah. But then at the same time, and, find me someone who can deny this, at the same time, we waste so much time. Find me someone who says that they don't have time and ask to see their phone, right? Ask to see their phone usage, their hourly, daily phone use for things that aren't productive. And we'll all have some. And I don't mean to blame here, right? We live in a world that is full of cheap stimuli that's just grabbing at us. It wants to pull our attention away. So no blame, it's just easy. There's so much of it. So start your day intentionally. We're going to talk more about that after in moments of clarity. General warm-up, pretty complete. 2 movements today, as usual, right? If you're new to this, this is the format, right? We go through our mind priming, our warm up for the body, and then we hit some intensity because efficient, effective 10 minutes of go. And then we're gonna focus. So 2 movements today are going to be a hollow rock and a kettlebell swing. So don't worry, I've got options for every level. If you don't have a kettlebell, don't worry. So the hollow rock, ideally what we're looking for is creating a shallow or a hollow banana position. A little bit of rounding through the back and then tight through the body. And then it stays rigid as it rocks back and forth. That's a pretty advanced option. So some other options that you could do are just close it up a little bit. Instead of being extended at the hips, close the hips. You can have the hands on the knees and just rocking back and forth. I want to think about keeping the chest up so the shoulder blades never really hit the floor. And I'm just rocking hips to shoulders, hips to shoulders. If that's not accessible, another great option is legs straight up and just reach for the shins and hold and just stay there. Hopefully you can see and she's not blocking everything. If you're going with the hold, you can go for 10, 20, 30 seconds. With the rocks, I'm gonna do, 10 to 15 every alternating minute. The second one is a kettlebell swing. Couple options here. If you have a dumbbell, you're just gonna hold on to one end, drive with the hips. You can take it to shoulder height. You can take it overhead if you have the space. Just know that if you do take it overhead, if you're new to this, it can flip over, so hold it tight overhead. If you're brand new and you don't have weights or your capacity is low, a good option here instead of a kettlebell swing is just a hinge or a good morning. Imagining you're holding a weight, just make it a deadlift. Hinge at the hips, bend at the knees a little bit, stand it up. As you increase your capacity, you could add a dumbbell or some other weight. I've got a kettlebell here, so I'm probably gonna use that. Need to warm it up a little bit though. So take some time here, Maple. Grab some water, clear up your space. She's gonna be in the way. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Like the video. Put a comment below, like how long were you drifting? How long were you off your intentional start to the day? Okay, dog, what are you gonna do here? Let's go, come here. Down. Down, stay there, please. Just gonna try a couple of these overhead. Yeah, that'll work. I'm just gonna need some chalk. So I am pretty much ready here. If you're not ready yet, go ahead and pause the video and come on back. But otherwise, still got a clock, 5 o'clock, time to go. Subscribe, I already talked about that stuff. We're live Wednesday, Friday, 4:45 a.m. So 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds of rest, hollow rocks, kettlebell swings. 3, 2, 1, go. No, don't do it, dog. I'll go with 15 on that. Those are gonna get hard in the abs. This is gonna get hard on the cardio. And maybe the grip, we'll see. Okay, you, let's go. Down. Good girl. You're a good girl, but you're too much. All right, first set of swings. 5, 3, 2, 1. Whoop. 15. Have to get a thumbnail on a kettlebell swing. That jacked up the heart rate. 5, 3, 15 again. Back's a little tight this morning. You're a cutie. Yes, you are. But you're crazy. You're crazy. Down. No, down. Three, go. Halfway. Let's go here. Down. Down. 5. Ooh. Those are good. Locking up the midline. Good idea, dog. One more of each. Get it. No. One more set of swings. All right, last one. Maple, let's go. Down. No, down. Good job. Take a minute, catch your breath. Walk around, grab some water, pet your dog. I know, you're a funny girl, huh? You're a funny girl. Oh, that's good. Good swings. Good hollow rocks. So before we get into a stretch, what I want you to notice just right now, become present here. How do you feel? Right? This is what it feels like to start with intention. Or you feel good now. Right? If you're not used to exercise, if you're not used to intensity, this is what we're striving for. This feeling afterwards where you're clear. I'm gonna get into a stretch here. Just something for the hips, something simple. I'm just gonna take one leg. Actually, let's do both. I'm just gonna cross both legs on top of each other. If that's not accessible, just do one and then lean it over. We'll do this and I'll just lean forward a little bit and just go over the importance, right? You've already seen the other side, I'm sure. You've seen what it looks and feels like to wake up and start your day, call it without intention. And we've all had days of waking up with intention, right? You've got a special trip you're going on, or you got a big event, and you wake up early, and you wake up jacked up, and you wake up ready. The goal is to do that every day. Understand that there are gonna be some days when that alarm goes off and you don't feel like it. But the more and more often you do it, the more easy it's gonna be and the less challenging days they're gonna be. But waking up early isn't the point, although it's super essential. The point is, if you don't start your day with intention, the world will choose an intention for you, and it's not gonna be the one that you wanted. So it's simple. I'm not gonna belabor this at all. I'm not gonna beat it. If you wanna get somewhere, carve out time. And realistically, if your life is busy, it's gonna be first thing in the morning before your world wakes. and do it with a plan, right? It's as simple though, if you don't have a plan, just come and join us, right? The program is here. All you need to do is figure out what your most important work is afterwards. Because if you wake up and you prime the mind and body and then you hit some most important work, it's impossible for you to reach your goals unless the work that you're doing is wrong and you're not iterating and you're not lifting up your head every once in a while and seeing, hey, am I moving in the right direction? Is my course correct? But if you do that, it doesn't even require a lot. Get up early, prime, and do an hour. What you're gonna find is that your intention, your goal, becomes where you're going, because every day you make progress. I don't know how to make it more simple. If I wanna do something and I take the steps towards doing it, I'm gonna get there. If I wake up and I just go along with it, I'm gonna get somewhere, but it's not gonna be where I planned and where I wanted. Enough on that. Wake up with a plan, with intention, and the simple way is just join us. But those of you who already know that are already here, you know what the most important part is. Now it's time to sit down and use that intention to work, right? Wherever that intention leads you, whatever the path is that you are following with this goal, with this intentional wake up, now you got to put in the work. It's great to have a goal and it's great to have direction, but do the work. Sit down. We want to do this before everything happens in the morning. You have your carved out intentional time to make progress towards your goals, and you're going to get there if you do it. Simple, simple. Join us every morning. Let's do it together. 5 AM Squat Club. Join us on Instagram, TikTok, but more importantly, subscribe, comment, and share. Share this with someone else who could use it. I can think of a lot of people who are struggling in their lives that, yeah, they may not be ready, but when they are, this is going to be the thing for them. So share it. I love you guys. See you tomorrow morning, 5 AM Squat Club, when we will wake up with intention, make progress towards our goals. This one. The pen is no longer useful for this one. May clean that out. Maybe get a squat rack in here. Wouldn't that be nice? All right, no rain today. What do we got? Ooh, look at that. There's the moon. And there's the sun coming up. Beautiful day. Go get after it, team. Let's go.